2020. You sucked. You made me feel lonely, tired, frustrated, and very angry most of the time. I have never been more challenged by life, whether it be physically, emotionally, psychologically, but it taught me a lot. I thought I would do this video because time doesn't feel real anymore. Everything was horrible, everyone's world was falling apart, but I also need to remind myself that apart from a global pandemic that literally killed thousands and continues to put all of our lives at risk, it was also a year of growth. So here is what I choose to remember from 2020. The year started greatly. The fresh feeling of waking up in a new country with the friends that have been by my side for the longest time, the inspiration it brought us, that sunset, everything was aligned to a great start. There, looking across the sea, we promised each other that we were going to make 2020 ours. We didn't know what was facing us, right? The year 2020 challenged me to do things I would never thought myself capable of, like finishing my senior year of university, halfway on campus and halfway at home on my computer. Most people found Zoom calls stressful and annoying, and I understand. But for me, weirdly enough, I quite enjoyed them. To get the pressure of getting to campus on time, which I never did, and the fear of the social anxiety of meeting people that you don't know for 2 hours, that being taken away, I fully concentrated on the courses that I was passionate about. My classes strengthened my love for literature and film, and thanks to online class, I had the opportunity of speaking with so many filmmakers and actors that I really admire, and God knows that would have been impossible in an auditorium. So all those interviews comforted me in my career choices. I graduated this year, and I'm proud to say I graduated while the world was falling apart. This is also the moment I knew I needed to take a break from university. Being in Oslo, surrounded by people from all ages and backgrounds, and hearing their beautiful stories, I was often amazed that in some magical way we all ended up here, in the same place at the same time. And how you ended up here really didn't matter that much. Being there made me realize that no, I'm not wasting my time, I'm not losing time, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be right now. I'll never cherish the encounters I've made more than this year. Everyone I've met made my year so much more special because they all taught me that I am the sole detentor of my destiny, and it's not that serious anyway. You can do whatever you want. So that day in the cafe, I decided to take a gap year because a Coke bottle cap told me so, and I still have it today somewhere. 2020 reconciled me with my creativity. The routine of everyday life, now completely shattered, encouraged me to create my own. I started waking up at 6 every day by myself because for the first time in forever I felt excited to wake up and create my own little world as I wanted, without any restraint. Well, obviously without the going outside part, but I was fine. So every day I woke up asking myself, what do I want to focus on? What is the most important to me right now? And how can I do that now that the social obligations allow me to recenter? So this year I finished a 4-year-long novel project just days before my 21st birthday and started a new one 3 days later. I explored my photography skills and put myself out there, hoping to start my own business. I became more involved in challenging my methods and learning new ones. I think I never took self-portraits before 6 months ago, and now it's my favorite thing. I also started taking credit for my work and stopped being so scared that I'm not good enough. I try to remember that being positive, trusting the process, only attracts positive back. If you told me at the beginning of the year that in the span of 6 months I would be invited to a Netflix premiere, meeting and talking with favorite actors of mine, going to Paris Fashion Week as a photographer and getting my work recognized, or getting to work on an amazing movie set, all of that because I trusted the process, all of that because I stopped caring so much, I would have not believed you. I did not expect any of it. Yet these experiences were the most enriching of my year. if not my life, and I truly hope that those continue in 2021. This year I also worked on the relationship I have with my body. We have a love-hate relationship. It depends on the moment, as everyone does, I think, but not starting from a dissatisfaction or self-hatred feeling like I've always felt, but doing it out of love. I started to eat intuitively. I exercised more, not to lose weight or fit a certain beauty standard, but to feel good inside. I learned a lot about nutrition and overall started to listen more to my body, to my needs, to my cravings, to understand my body, to strengthen it. So I gave myself fun challenges, like being able to touch my toes, which I never did, like being able to do a handstand, which I never did before. I tried treating the time I gave my body as self-care instead of a chore, because it really helps with mental health and it rewires the brain to love your body, and I never used to do that, so it feels so much better. I still have a lot to learn and a lot to work on, but it still feels so much better now. And talking about that, 2020 taught me to leave the negativity behind when it becomes too much. This winter I started feeling so anxious about something, I let it eat at me. Seriously, I slept for a week straight and I don't remember any of it. That's how bad it was. I didn't understand it then because everything seemed fine in life, right? I wasn't stressed or anything with school or with relationships or anything, but it really wasn't. So I did the work. I sat down, I cried, because the most important was finding the source. I found the source of my anxiety. I sought help, and only once I voiced my problem, it completely disappeared, like immediately. I am still amazed. The mind, like what the mind puts you through when it wants to tell you something. To give you another example, this summer something happened in my family and it broke me. I stayed in that situation for about a month. I was literally watching myself disappear. I was miserable as hell. I think I've never felt so lonely and distant and purposeless, if I'm being honest, to the point that I wanted out. This was hard. I felt emotionless, or too much emotions, I don't know. I couldn't move anymore, I couldn't do anything. Waking up was hard. I wanted to get out of that slump, and what a better way to move out of that situation than to literally move out geographically. I knew that if I wanted to survive, I had to get out, at least for a small amount of time, just to give myself time to heal and to breathe. So I got up, and luckily I still had the opportunity to travel, and I have some amazing friends that agreed to help me. They hosted me wonderfully and they literally saved my life, and I'm gonna cry. I am so thankful. I don't know where I'd be without them, and that scares me so much. I feel so blessed that I'm still here and that I have the friends I have. So if you're feeling lonely or sad or depressed, anxious, whatever, talk to your friends. Please, like, if you can't talk to your family or an adult or professional, please talk to your friends. And if you know that you have friends that are in this situation, please take care of them, because life is important, especially right now. And I have had the amazing opportunity to travel. I know it's not possible for everyone. We obviously stayed very safe, don't worry. But if you notice that you're in a situation that is so toxic for you and for your mental health, please consider to get out of there, physically I mean, because it helps so much. I don't know where I'd be if I didn't do it. When something negative happens in one aspect of your life, being surrounded or surrounding yourself with family and friends that you love and that love you just made me feel alive again. And that's all you need to do when times are hard like this. It literally is the only thing you have to do, is stay alive. I took the time to heal, and then I came back stronger. And this summer started as the worst summer of my life, and it ended as the best one. So in that sense, 2020 taught me to appreciate the present. Taking spontaneous trips, getting tattoos you've only thought about for a week earlier, dye your hair. It doesn't matter if you do it now or in 6 months, do it now. Dance to loud music under the pouring rain. I know it's cliche and you're probably laughing at me right now, but it feels otherworldly. Trust me, I did it. It was amazing. Stop caring so much about what people think. And I'm saying this to you and to myself as well, but focus on what you have to give to the world. There's always going to be someone who appreciates you and what you do, but even so, you should not care. Just do what makes you happy, and do it now, because nothing is real anymore. So have fun with it, but also learn to be with the present. 2020 taught me to learn how to sit with my thoughts. Get rid of distractions. Stop pretending you have your shit together. Swap stress for peace of mind. And listen to the universe. Why are you here right now? How are you here right now? Feel the earth beneath your feet. Feel the world turning. Breathe. Really breathe. Focus and listen to what's happening inside. Most of the time, something hurts. Listen to it. Sit in the silence. Experience the uncomfortable. Feel every pulse of blood going from your heart to the palm of your hand. Breathe and smile because you are still alive.